What's up, sports bettors? Things are about to get absolutely ridiculous. I just locked in 4 player prop bets for Colts Broncos. Thursday night football. You're not going to want to miss these plays. So, lines have been pretty static. If you look at the main lines, and again, you can browse odds for free on OddsJam, right? Any market you want to look at, browse completely for free. It's pretty awesome. So the Colts are plus 166. That's the best price you can get them. And the best line on the Broncos is going to be minus 167 on Casumo, kind of a Canadian sports book. So as a sharp bettor, what we try to do to beat the VIG and beat the sports books long term, and beating the sports books long term just means beating the VIG, right? Sports books typically charge a 5% spread, and we're trying to beat that. And why is it possible? Well, it's only possible because all these sports books set lines independently, so we can ruthlessly, use OddsJam to scan the millions of odds on these sports books and find good betting opportunities. So let me take you through my first one. Hines, under 8.5 rushing attempts, plus 118, 1.99% profit margin. I hit that right here. Boom, really good bet. So we'll talk about it here in a sec, but I'll show you my second one as well that I locked in for this game, which is going to be Melvin Gordon, under 9.5 yards, longest reception, 250, minus 102 odds, which you can see right here. So 3.88% profit margin. Hence why I bet more on it. 250 here, 125 here. Two really sharp bets. What are your thoughts? Comment them below. Let us know. Melvin Gordon, under 9.5 yards, longest reception. Hines, under 8.5 rush attempts. Plus money, slightly minus money. Let's make some frickin' money. Anyways, let's continue to go through these plays. Why do we like this play? Well, first of all, the profit margin's really high. But why is the profit margin really high? Well, as a sharp bettor, what you should always be thinking about is value. You're an investor. You should treat sports betting like being an investor. Right? You're not just like, oh, Melvin Gordon looks sick last week, let's take his over. That's not how sports betting works. The way sports betting works is, and the way you want to start thinking if you want to make money is like, hey, wow, Bet365 is pricing Melvin Gordon under 9.5, rushing attempts at minus 125. Betfred, they have the line at 8.5, so a full, rush attempt lower. Caesars, another book, they're pricing the under at minus 123. Come On and DraftKings, both at minus 130. Pinnacle, minus 128, the sharpest sports book in the world. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like every data point is telling us the under here should be favored. And FanDuel's the outlier, right? So this minus 102 is just extremely good value. And that's the play you want to take advantage of. You're beating the VIG. DraftKings has this minus 130. Every sports book, we are beating the no VIG odds, right? The no VIG odds is just the line with the juice removed. So as an example, if we put in Pinnacle's market, they had it minus 128, minus 103. The true odds with the VIG removed for this Melvin Gordon play would be minus 111, right? So I'll zoom in if you can't see these plays. Right? So the true odds here, according to Pinnacle, would be minus 111. Right here. No VIG odds. Remove the juice, minus 128. The true price is going to be minus 111. So if you don't understand and you want to learn about the math, then please, please, please read this text like 15 times, comment your questions. It's the most important concept in sports betting. Anyways, let's continue to go through these picks. So, and if you don't care about the math, just place the bet in bold with a circle around it. It's really that simple. Hines under 8.5, right? If you're like, I don't care about the math, just why should I bet this? It's like, look at the frickin' value. Most books are pricing this at minus odds. A couple sports books are at plus money, but no book is above plus 104. We're getting at plus 118. All data points in the market are telling us, yo, hit this, right? So we bet it. Now, things get interesting. So we got these two plays down, but I got a couple more plays I'm going to lock in and share with you. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. I have two things on Underdog Fantasy. So Underdog Fantasy is a Amazing platform. And how does this platform work? If you're new to it, any 3 picks you select, you're going to see for a 3-pick entry 100 to win 600, right? It doesn't matter what you select. Overs, 100 to win 600. Unders, 100 to win 600. I mean, I hope you can see this, but long story short, whatever 3 picks you select, 100 to win 600. 100 to win 600. 100 to win 600, always, right? So you're always getting 100 to win 600. So essentially, we've gone through this math tons of times, but in a 3-leg entry or a 3-pick entry on Underdog, where you're betting 100 to win 600, the implied odds that you're getting on all of your bets is going to be minus 122, right? 100 to win 600 means you're basically placing a 3-leg parlay where every leg is minus 122. So we're looking for value at minus 122. So I went with a few plays, not everyone's for Thursday Night Football, but we have Metcalf, under 5.5 receptions, positive EV bet, mathematically profitable. If you blindly bet the Odds Jam positive EV page, after 250 bets, you're like 99% to be up money. Try it for yourself. There's a free trial. Don't even have to believe me. Place a bunch of bets. See if it works for you. It'll work for you, right? Tons of happy people. So we got Metcalf, under 5.5. Data-oriented sports betting. Every sports book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're all pointing to, hey, 7, the under should be heavily juiced, right? So you remove the vig, the true odds is minus 126, we're getting minus 122. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker, saying, yo, this should be minus 152. Here's a couple plays on Prize Picks as well. Then we have the second play, Mostert over 1.5 receptions. All the sportsbooks here have the over juiced. When sportsbooks have the over juiced, the over is a lot more likely to hit, right? Sportsbooks imply win probabilities through their odds. You know, when they're pricing something as a heavy favorite, the odds are a lot more negative, right? Pinnacle has this minus 149. We're getting 27 cents of improvement to Pinnacle. It would be a disaster to play the under because you're getting, 34 cents worse than Pinnacle. But for the over, we're getting 27 cents of improvement from the sharpest bookmaker. That's how you make some frickin' money betting on sports. So the first 2 plays I have are Metcalf under, Mostert under. Now it gets more interesting. I love this play. Mo Alley Cox, under 2.5 receptions. This is play number 3. We got a couple more. So, sure, he went off last game against the Titans. 6 receptions, 6 targets. Game before, 1, 1, 2. We're taking his under 2.5. Look at this. Minus 200, minus 200, minus 160, minus 160, minus 200s. We're getting this implied minus 122. Ridiculous value, so I locked in that play. Everything using data to zone in on sharp bets. Final play I have, which I'm really excited about. No, I actually have 2 more plays. I apologize. Is going to be from the player receptions or from this Odds Jam screen. So this is free as well. Just click this little screen button on OddsJam. It's free. Look at any market you want to look at. And what's really cool about this is you can browse odds kind of side by side, for anything you want to bet on. So what you'll notice here is there's the Mo Alley Cox big line discrepancy, but there's also one for Kylan Granson. DraftKings, Pinnacle, Prize Picks all have his line set at 1.5. Underdog Fantasy is the only sportsbook setting the line at 2, right? And they barely even have the over juiced. So you'll notice here, the jump from 1.5 receptions over 1.5 to over 2.5, it's such a big part of the distribution, is 150 cents. Minus 200 to plus 155 area. Right? Any sports books having the line at over under 1.5 are minus 200. Any sports books with the line at 2.5 are plus 115. So that's 150 cent jump. So when all the sports books have over 1.5 at minus 140, over 2 is probably plus 150. So being able to get, or when all the sports books better put, have the under 1.5 minus 101 plus 100, we're probably getting 75 cents better. The under 2 should probably be minus 175. So I went with that play. And then I also went with, let's see if I still have it up, if not, we'll have to make sure it's still available, is what I can do is I can actually just refresh, see if it's still there. I really like this play as well. So we'll go here, and let's see. Anyways, let me just show you the picks. Let's just get to the picks at this point. Enough strategy, enough math. So we have here, here's the first play. Mo Alley Cox under 2.5 receptions, Metcalf under 5.5. And then we have Raheem over 1.5, 500 to win $3,000, right? That's plus 500 odds. 500 to win 2.5K profit. Second pick, and again, this is Underdog Fantasy. There's a $100 deposit bonus. You can click the link below. But the second play is going to be Kyler under 1.5 passing TDs, Mo Alley Cox under 2.5, Kylan Granson under 2, right? Both of the picks we went through. So let's make some money, guys. I'm excited. Hope you're excited.